It is time for your Win podcast for super busy professionals sharing transformational moments. Your host, Chu Tang.
Welcome back to Your Win podcast. Today I have my very special friend, Payman.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an absolute honor. I love your enthusiasm, the fact that you're using your podcast to inspire, to give back. I started my podcast as a way to inspire, give back, and so together we can inspire other entrepreneurs to do good, to create a better world. So I absolutely love that, and I'm super proud of you. Good
Oh,
job.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Payman, for today, would you share a scene in your life? I know you have a lot of great story, but a scene in your life that take your audience there that change your life forever.
Wow, so many, but the one that
Yeah, I
comes to
know.
mind, I don't know if you remember, I had you on a podcast a while ago, and I will invite you back again and then in the new year to get in part two an update. But the last question I asked my guest, and that's my favorite question to ask, and that is, what is the smallest thing you've done that has had the greatest, deepest, most profound, positive impact on both your life and business? And for me, as you know, has been starting my podcast. That completely changed my life, transformed it in ways you can't even imagine. I'm not talking just about the financials. I'm talking about, I don't know if you remember, I used, probably not, but I used to be extremely painfully shy, extremely shy. And the podcast was what allowed me in a way to overcome my shyness. Podcasting allowed me was a big part of my spiritual awakening, was a part of me, my ongoing education, because I've been blessed to talk with over 300 incredible leaders in every areas of life you can imagine, leaders with a heart, and learning from them, learning on things I thought I knew, but also learning about things I didn't know even existed. So for me, the moment that completely changed my life, at least in the last 5 to 10 years, was starting my podcast. And how did that come? One of the things I learned over the past 3, 4 years since the start of the pandemic is, like most people I can imagine can relate with that. I've had my spiritual awakening, and in the process, I learned a few key principles about life. Sure, we all know that life is a school. We come here to learn, but one thing that really changed my life was understanding the tremendous power. Two things. One, understanding the tremendous power of questions, asking the right question. Before, when something bad happened to me, I used to ask negative, even disempowering question like, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Why is life so unfair? Where is God? And we know that when we complain, nothing good comes out of it. But instead, now I've been asking two very powerful, empowering questions. And those are, what is this trying to teach me? And what is a lesson for me to learn to this through everything, through challenges, heartbreak, tragedies, whatever happens to you? Sure, it hurts a lot when you go to them, but then take a step back and ask, what is this trying to teach me? What is a lesson for me to learn to that? And another thing that completely changed my life that I learned was listening to that voice, listening to that gut feeling, listening to your hunches. Because when you hear that voice or gut feelings, hunches, that's your soul talking to you. And our soul has two purposes. One, keep you safe, protect you, and keep you alive. And number two, guide you to the next phase of your journey. How did I get the idea of starting a podcast? And the beautiful thing is, that voice, you will hear it in the most unexpected moment. Let's say you're taking a shower, you're cooking, you're driving, you're having dinner with family, completely disconnected from business. Summer of 2020, I was having a late lunch on a Saturday afternoon with family, a beautiful sunny day, warm day, sitting around the dining table with family, and an idea comes, start a podcast. And it kept on coming for a few weeks. And finally, in October of 2020, I started my podcast. Then a year later, again, at the time, it was a very difficult situation financially. I had, but that's a different story. I couldn't make any money. I needed to make money. I was blessed that my family was gracious to allow me to stay with them for free. Again, family dinner, completely disconnected from business. An idea comes, start an academy. What do you mean start an academy? And it keeps on coming, keeps on coming, keeps on coming. And then I started my academy in December of 2020. That changed my life, allowed me to get back on my feet financially, but also to to overcome my shyness, make incredible connections, friendships, become able to connect at a much deeper level with people. So it changed my life in any ways. So for me, what changed my life was two things. One, understanding the power of questions and asking the right questions. And number two, listening to that voice. True, some of the most transformational decisions I've made over the last 3 years have all come, without exception, as a result of me listening to that voice. First, starting my podcast. Two, starting my academy. Three, saying yes to sharing my story. And the first book that I did in March of 2020. Two, I was a contributor in a multi-authored book. I did that once, and then again in July of last year. And then Mary Gooden, my publisher, you know her, she's also an alumni of the program.
Yes.
I was having a talk with her. She said, hey, why don't you launch your own book? Because you're sitting on a gold mine. You have all these, at the time I had over 200 episodes of my podcast. Invite these people to come share their story on your book. So, wow, genius. Again. And now I'm working on the second book, which will be launched at the end of January. Amazing, super honored and proud of. But again, what changed my life was two things. One, understanding the power of questions and asking the right question.
Yeah.
And number two, listening to that voice.
Wow.
So society and family, teachers, God forbid, government always tells us to seek advice and guidance to outside experts, be it teachers, be it your boss, other experts, doctors, and whatever. Yes, they have their place. We need to get, their expert advice. Yes, but ultimately, you can tap into the unlimited wisdom and knowledge of the universe to connecting to yourself, to your soul. So I've been, we both know that meditation is very powerful.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I've been struggling so far to meditate because I cannot quiet my mind. Even when I try, I can't. But my way to meditate, you see that picture behind me? That's the swimming pool of the place I stayed 6 months of this year in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So I love going under the water, close my eyes, and say, universe, show me the path or guide me. Bless me with ideas. Either I go under the water and swim under the water, or I just stand just at the edge looking at the towers and say, universe, thank you. Bless me with inspiration. And I just close my eyes and just look. And that's when ideas come to me. And I listen to those, to whatever comes to mind. So again, this is what changed my life. Understanding the power of questions and asking the right questions.
Yeah.
And number two, listening to that voice. Again, society tells us to suppress that and look for guidance from outside. That has its place, but ultimately, the ultimate wisdom is within you. So you can tap into your learn to connect with your soul, whether it's through meditation, through visualization, through mantras, whatever. For me, it's through closing my eyes, swimming, going underwater. Find your way, find what works for you, and listen to your voice. And whenever you get an idea or a hunch or a gut feeling, listen to that, because that's your soul talking to you.
Yep. I think most of the time is correct. And in the past, I tend to say, oh no.
Or for example, let's say you're torn between two decisions. Listen to your gut. Let's say you meet someone, whether it's for friendship, for business, for dating. Listen to what you're feeling, your gut feeling.
Yep, it's a gut feeling.
Don't get blinded by if it's dating, oh, the person is beautiful. No. Or if it's a business dealing, the person, paints a big picture of investing. That's nice. But listen to what you truly feel, your gut feeling, your hunches, the voice here, because again, that's your soul talking to you. And our soul has two purposes: keep you safe, protect you, and keep you alive. And number two, to guide you to the next phase of your journey in this container, in this lifetime. So these two things have completely changed my life. So I can, yes, there's been moments, but what's really above all of that is understanding these two incredible transformative principles about life.
Oh, wow. This
Does
is
that answer your
awesome.
question?
Yes. It's the principle that, yeah.
And then of course there's, moments in your life that, you know, something happened, whether good or bad, an inspiration,
Yes.
you hit rock bottom, somebody betrayed you.
Mhm.
Yes, we all have those, but ultimately
You need those guiding principles.
understanding those two things, at least for me personally,
Yeah, yeah, yep. I agree.
because, you know, we both know that life is a school. We come here
Mhm.
to learn, grow, become wiser and better. But that's
Mhm.
only 5% of why we are here, at least from my humble understanding.
Mhm.
The 95% is take those gifts and share them
Mhm.
with others. Because
Mhm.
sure, we all go through our fair share of, you know, dark times, hard times,
Yeah.
tragedy, struggles, and all that. Sure, they hurt a lot when we go to them, but
Mhm.
then those become our story. Then our
Yeah.
story becomes our gifts. Then our
Yeah.
gifts become our duty and our responsibility to share them. We are here to inspire others. You know what is the difference between school and life?
What is it?
In school, they teach you first, then they test you.
Oh,
You
right,
get,
right. Mm-hmm.
and life is the other way around. They test you first, you get tested first. Then, if you learn the lesson, you move
When
on.
you
If
get the
you
lesson.
lesson, you get to do the same test, but more
Oh,
hard,
yes.
more difficult.
Yes,
Now you
yes.
learn it.
You are so right. Wow. Yes, yes. So life, you get
So
test
then,
first and then, yeah.
so we
Mhm.
all here, sure, we all here to learn, grow, become wiser, better person. Yes, but that's
Mhm.
only 5%. The 95% is taking those lessons, those wisdoms, those gifts, because we all have a
Mm.
gift, and share them with others. And actually, speaking of gifts, that's the theme of my volume number 2 of my book, which will
Mm.
be published at the end of January. What
Mm.
is your gift and how are you sharing it around you and around the world in this lifetime?
Mm.
So this is why we are here to learn, to become better and inspire others. You don't have to change the world. Not everybody can be the next Elon Musk. No, he's a
Mm.
genius. But even if you or me, for example, we can inspire just one person, and that
Yep,
person
yep.
goes on to inspire another person, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Together, we can create a unstoppable ripple effect around the world that's going to change the frequency, the vibration,
Yes,
the energy of this
yes.
planet toward a more positive direction. And this is what our world needs more than anything right now.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
You're
Payman.
welcome.
Wow, this has been very inspirational, and
You're welcome.
thank you.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share. See you soon at Your Win Podcast.